Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. We were talking about column transformations yesterday. So we had seen couple of transformations already. Remove column, choose column, name, rename, reorder, add column, custom column. And yesterday we also explained about the column from examples where machine learning algorithm is being implemented within Power BI. So when the machine learning algorithm is implemented, so what happens? Where the developer need not write the code, automatically code will be written by the computer itself. Machine itself is learning by seeing your example, and it is going to be writing the code automatically. Why? But why 100% of the IT companies are not using this? Because so if they implement completely machine learning and everything, they lose you lose a lot of jobs. The governments are going to collapse, so they don't allow IT companies to automate everything 100%, right? So again, so a lot of recruitments will be there, a lot of job openings will be there, so some kind of automation is going to come. Remaining things at least you need to do as a software engineer. But definitely, if you think about company automation, for example, you have a lot of recruitment jobs are getting automated. So one application will download your CV from portals, the job portals, and the application is going to be calling you, hey, we have found your CV and I wanted to schedule your interview with one of my interviewer. If you say yes, tomorrow 10 o'clock, your meeting will be scheduled. So that's it. So there is no recruiter, there is no HR. One application, one machine learning application is trying to download all the CVs from job portals, and it's going to be reading the CVs. And if it is matching with their requirement, you will get a call automatically. And if you say yes, at tomorrow 10 o'clock in the morning, your interview will be scheduled online. So you will get a meeting link, and interviewer also will get a meeting link. So everything done by the human beings earlier. Now, one small artificial intelligence or data science application or machine learning application is going to do that. Now you tell me, so these things are getting automated. For example, you go to the loan, you wanted to apply for a loan earlier, so you have to meet the manager and he's going to be collecting the data. Then he will say, you come after 1 month or after 2 months, then he will not open his that file. But today, it is not like that. When you submit your PAN card number or your social security number or some number, so the banking application is going to be processing based on your credit score and everything. And a fraction of seconds, they say that you're eligible for this loan, because if they don't give the loans, they don't get the income. So banks will collapse. So end of the day, they don't want to keep the money in the banks. They wanted to give you the loans so that you will be able to they'll get more and more profit. So everything is being automated there also. So you have to have everything is automated in the banking applications or other applications also. But end of the day, lot of front office guys, sales managers, or even teachers, lawyers, doctors. So everything, very soon they're going to be losing their jobs because of more automations. Okay, so that is what is important, guys. So definitely you cannot be into the non-IT field for longer period. You lose the jobs. Remember that point. Or you lose the at least income, or you will get the less salaries, guys. That is for sure. Another 5-10 years, Infosys is a technical company. They are saying we are going to be automating a lot of things in next 3 to 5 years. At least 1 lakh, 100,000 jobs to 200,000 jobs are going to be removed. That means minimum 1 lakh to 2 lakhs or 3 lakh to 5 lakh jobs are going to be removed from a single company from Infosys, like BPO, KPO. BPO industries completely is going to be automated, and KPO, right? So all the operations, inside the campus, or operations or sales of jobs or you have front office executive jobs, all of them will get automated very, very soon. That time you cannot say I wanted to jump from non-IT to IT. Means, this is the right time when the automation is not, heavy, but the automation is going to come very soon, very soon. Next 3 years, next 5 years, you don't get these kind of jobs which you're applying, and at least you're getting some 10, 20,000 rupees. So those jobs also not there next 3 to 5 years because of artificial intelligence and everything. So remember, so a lot of issues are going to face, especially the coming crowd, if you don't have the proper skills. Clear? If you're having only simple BTech, graduation, simple, BCom graduation, that is not enough. That is only certificate. So you better go into these kind of a courses with the proper trainers and everything, so that you are there in the IT industry with the good salaries and lot of opportunities. Clear? So already you're in the wrong place if you're working for a non-IT industry means. So remember that point. So I wanted to split column, merge column. So these are very, very simple things. We can split, we can merge. Let me just open this. Transform data. Click on the transform tab. I wanted to click on new source. I wanted to get Excel workbook. Now get the employee data. Now click on OK. Now choose employee data, department table data. You are going to be loading into the Power Query first. Now, as I told you, Power Query is going to be loading only 1,000 rows, but I don't have more than 1,000 rows. I have only 35 rows, 8 columns in the employee table. All the 35 rows got loaded. So, what is that I wanted to do? I have only the first name. I wanted to split this name into first name, middle name, last name. So always you have to go and verify. So do we have any splitting column is available here? Yes, yes, yes. I have one option. So if you have some option, you can just take that and it is available in the home itself. Or if it is not, check it in the transform. If you have something, yes, here also we have a split column. So you can just verify wherever you wanted to use, you can use it, but verify where it is available. So simply go and split column, click on this. Now by delimiter, I wanted to use a space, and after that each occurrence of the delimiter and click on OK. So when you click on OK, I'm able to get the first name, middle name, last name, surname. So you can just say this is what is called F name. F name means first name. This is what is called middle name. This is what is called last name. It is got split into 4 names. This is what is called surname. Something like this, whatever you wanted to have. So first name, middle name, last name, all the data is going to be splitting. So you have one guy has actually 4 names. The last name is this, right? Because of this, so it got actually 4 names. Every occurrence means, so if you have data like this, so Bhaskar Jogi. So every occurrence of the delimiter. So there is a space is the delimiter. For example, you say Bhaskar John Kennedy. If you say like that, how many spaces are available? So this is first name, this is second name, this is last name, because each occurrence of the space you need to split. That is what is each occurrence. When you go, it is going to be giving you like that. When you click on this, each occurrence of the delimiter. So that is the meaning. So comma, I'm going to be giving, or you can have anything else. So that is what is uh, each occurrence of the delimiter. Delimiter could be comma or anything else also. Clear? So that is what is the point. So if you wanted to again get back to the original state means remove this, remove this, remove this. You're going to be going back and is going to be performing there itself. This is what is called splitting, and not very much useful, but you can use here and there. The next one is called pivot. So merging columns already we had seen. So you have first name, middle name, last name, merge the data, right? Concatenate the data. So I wanted to have a pivot operation. Pivot means convert rows into columns, and this is what is called, matrix or a pivoting operation or cross tab operation. So then doing it the reverse. Columns into rows is called as unpivot pivot. So let me tell you where exactly we are going to be using a pivot, where exactly we are going to be using unpivot. So why is that we need to use? All of them will discuss. I have some car sales data somebody has given me, and model of the car and year in which the sales and okay, they're selling Bench cars. In 2010, the number of cars sold in India or in Hyderabad is 3,400. The next year, they sold, let us say, some 5,900 cars. Like that, there is one more company called Ford. 2010, they sold, let us say, 9,700 car. Next year means I'm talking about 2011, they sold, let us say, some 7,000 cars, right? So you have Bench, Ford, or you may take any other car. So Honda cars, I'm talking about Honda or Kia Motors in 2010. So Honda, they sold, let us say, 6,000 cars, and the next year, the same company, let us say, sold 8,900 cars, something like that. I have some data. This is what is called, the car data. I have it. Now, I'm converting this data. This is a table data. This is a table, right? So it is a table. I wanted to convert, this is a row. So this is a row, this is a row, this is a row. This data I'm going to be taking here, and the year number is a row. Year number is a row. Convert row into column. Convert this row into column. So convert row into column is called as a pivoting operation. So what is that I have done? I have taken the this row. This is a row. This is a row. Row means one by one you will see, but it become a column like this. So convert row into column is called as a pivoting, or some people will say pivot. Pivot, it is the name given by Excel software, right? So pivot or pivot operations we're going to be doing in Excel. It is a technology, for coming from Excel. So convert, row into column, but not everything. At least you take one column, convert like this. You take bench car. So bench car data. So 2010 sales is this much. 2011 sales is this much. I'm simply organizing the data in different manner. Two records will become one record. Record means a row. Two rows will become one row. Now Ford car, let me take the Ford car, and the sales is this much. The sales is this much. Controls and control V I'm doing. And Honda car, I'm going to be taking Honda car data. I'm going to be putting it here, and this is also one more table. It looks like a table. This is also table. This is also table, right? You tell me, if you are a end user or if you're a sales manager, which type of report or which kind of a data you understand more. Do you like this? This is what is called a table. This is what is called a table. So table means you have a rows and columns. This is a column, you have a row. So this looks like a table, but it is not a table. This is what is called matrix. So, what is the difference between a table and a matrix? I will tell you, but you have to know, if you are a manager, if somebody gives you data like this, and you ask them to convert like this and show, and which one you like. Do you like table data? Do you like matrix data? Can you just comment? So, which one you like? So, which one you like? Do you see, you wanted to see the data like this, or you wanted to see the data like this? Which one you like? You type in the comment section, right? In the chat window, you can just type. So which one you are going to be using? Guys, tell me. So this is also data. This is also data. If you wanted to see the data, which one you prefer? Because you're not a technical guy, you're not a manager, you're not something, but which one you like? Definitely, everybody saying matrix, matrix, matrix. Why? Why matrix? Why not a table? So it is also having a row and row, column and column. It is also having a row, row, row. It is also having a column. But why both of them are, looking like a table? Why are you saying like this? The simple way I'll tell you, because you cannot compare like this very, very easily. 2010 to 11 you cannot compare, but comparing like this is very, very easy. Your brain start reading like this, it can compare. It cannot read this row and this row. It cannot compare very, very easily, right? So definitely when you have this kind of a data, your brains wanted to see it like this. It is more understandable, right? So what is this? It is also looking like a table, but is it a table? It is not a table. If you understand it clearly, it is what is called x-axis, okay, and this is what is called y-axis. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. In between you have data, or you can say you have your values, or you can say your data. Clear? So it is actually x-axis data. So x-axis means you say x, you can say y like this. This is what is called x. You can say y. So what is the meaning of this arrow mark? Can you tell me? Every time when you say x, you will put like this. What is the meaning of this? This means it can grow automatically. So when you put like this, y-axis also can grow automatically by the what is x-axis? If you understand clearly, x-axis is nothing but a column. This is also column, this is also column. So x-axis is column, y-axis, when you keep something it will become row. X-axis is a column and y-axis is also called as a row. Remember, so end of the day, you are having a column data, row data only, but the way you're organizing, it is what is called x-axis. This is what is called y-axis, and both of them are unlimited. This can grow automatically. Row also can grow automatically. That is the meaning of this arrow mark. Technically, I am speaking. What is the difference between matrix and table? Both of them are going to have columns and rows. But if you see clearly here, x-axis is nothing but a column that can grow automatically. Y-axis also can grow automatically. For example, a table. I can store large amount of rows, but can I create a column? It is impossible, because alter a table, table name. So creating a column in a table structure is very, very complicated. So table, if somebody says a table, what is the meaning of a table? Meaning of a table means it will have columns, it will also have rows. So what is the matrix? Matrix also will be the same thing. So what is a matrix? Matrix also will have columns and rows, but here columns are fixed. You cannot increase the column however you would like to have it in the table, because creating a column is a difficult task. But adding the row, it can go unlimited. You can have variable number of rows. So it can vary. It is going to be varying. Varying means it is going to be having unlimited rows, but you cannot have unlimited columns, because once this fixed, so creating a new column is a difficult activity. You can do that, but it is difficult. But here it is not like that. So columns are going to enlarge automatically, and columns also will go. For example, tomorrow I am going to be adding, let us say, Swift car, one more model, so 2012, and let us say 9,000. So what will happen? One more car will come here, and you will get one more column will be added automatically. One more column will get automatically. You don't have any sales, you don't have any sales, and here you will be able to get the sales is 9,000. See, so you need not add. That is the meaning. That is the meaning of putting x-axis like this. So column also can grow automatically. This is a row also can go automatically. So that is the difference between a matrix. Matrix where columns also can change, vary. rows also can change without having anything. So if you have this data, if you convert, automatically columns are going to increase. But here, if you wanted to increase one column, you have to alter a table name, in SQL Server, right? So it is a big difficulty task. Technically speaking, that is a difference. Clear? So tables are good so to storing data. So where exactly we're going to be using the tables? Tables we are going to be using in the RDBMS or in SQL or database management system. So we can say table is the good way of storing data. So tables are used to store the data. Okay, you never see a SQL or in SQL Server and Oracle, you never see a matrix because matrix is the not right way to store the data. Otherwise, SQL Server will give you a lot of matrix also. Even though it is looking like a table only, but it is a matrix. You only for the storing. Storing means you are going to be using RDBMS or Excel, where we are going to be storing the data in a table. But I wanted to visualize the data. Visualize means what? And I wanted to report the data. Reporting means visualization. So there, instead of a table, matrix is good. Remember, there are two things you need to understand. One, data storing. The second one is called data reporting. Okay. So storing wise, this is good actually. So, okay, storing wise, which is good? Data, let me delete this row also. Let me delete. Okay. Storing wise, table format is good. If you wanted to show the data, many people told, sir, this is not good. This is only good. They are seeing the data. Seeing means reporting, visualizing the data. If they wanted to visualize the data, matrix is good. Matrix we discussed in mathematics. You have 2 by 3 matrix. Do you remember that? So 2 by 3 matrix means, let me tell you, this is you have 1 2 1 2 3. It is a 2 by 3 matrix. 1 2 1 2 3. The matrix is like that. In your mathematics will say 2 by 3 matrix. So 2 by 3 matrix will have some data, right? You have 1 2 3 like that. Okay, you have like this some data, you will be able to have it. 2 by 3 means like this. 3 by 3 means, so this is also, if you one column, right? 1 2 3, and this is 1 2 3. This is actually 3 by 3 matrix. 2 by 3 matrix, 4 by 4 matrix. You have to give 1 2 3 values. In mathematics we used to write 1 comma 2 comma 3 minus 1 comma 1, something like this we used to write, right? So this is what is called a matrix, the same name given to this. So matrix are nothing but x-axis and y-axis reports, and the display wise matrix are good. Okay, but data storing wise, the tables are good. Otherwise, SQL, okay, in your SQL, you will be able to have the matrix also. Clear? So why you cannot store the data in the matrix, I will tell you. So I wanted to know what is the total. I would like to simply go and click on auto sum. I'm able to see the complete grand total is this much. Okay, if somebody gives you data in the matrix format, now I wanted to know what is the complete sold, quantity sold. First of all, I have to go here, get the grand total. I have to go here, get the grand total. I have to again go there, get one more grand total. So this is what is the difficulty activity. Clear? So if you store the data in the matrix format, so lot of things are going to be, giving you issues. Why? Because the simple thing tomorrow I wanted to ask, what is the grand total? So you need to go and get the total. You have to go and get the total. You have to go and get the total. And this is the grand total. But here, when you store the data, getting a grand total is very, very easy. Okay, if somebody gives you this kind of a data, you should not store as it is in your SQL server. You have to convert this data into table format. So converting this column will become again row. This column will become row. So that is what is called as unpivot operation, right? If somebody gives you pivot data is this data. So You should not store in the RDBMS or in the Excel or in the Power BI as it is, because tomorrow you're going to be, seeing a lot of issues, right? So if somebody gives you pivoting data, you better convert the pivoting data into unpivot data. That means you take this data and convert like this. Data storing has to be done always in the table, but at the time visualization, you better, take this table data, convert into pivot and create a matrix data. Remember this point. Clear? If somebody gives you matrix data, so that matrix data you have to, convert into unpivot and store it into the table. Remember, always we cannot have a table. All the tables cannot become pivot, tables. Remember. So for example, I create one employee table, employee ID, employee name, employee salary, one RAM salary, let us say 12,000, let us say uh, to Kiran salary, it will become 13,500. Let us say Amar or Aman salary will become 55,000. I have some data like this. Now, can you tell me, can you convert this data into matrix? You cannot. You cannot. So you have to, when you have this kind of a pattern, bench and bench, Ford and Ford, Honda and Honda, 2010, 11, 10, 11, you have a pattern in the data. When you have a pattern, only this kind of a data can be converted like that, but not all the data can be converted into matrix. So here, if you wanted to visualize, you can visualize in the table format, store same data you can store like this, same data you can also visualize. So in the report, in the data storing is the table only. Here also you have to, if you wanted to create a report, means only show the data in the table format only, we cannot change, right? So sometimes only table data will become matrix, but not all the tables cannot become matrix. Remember that point, because this data where you don't have any patterns. Clear? So this data, if you wanted to store like this, if you wanted to report means create a visualization and show the data, the same way you're going to be visualizing, there is no change. But this data only can go because the data itself is having this kind of a pattern. Clear? So depends upon the data, we are going to be showing the data either in the matrix format or in the table format. Clear? But remember, if somebody gives you matrix data, definitely you have to convert that into table only. Why? You will face lot of issues. I will give you one example. I wanted to close this. Now I wanted to open uh, discard changes. I wanted to get one more file. So go to transform, click on this data. I go to new source, click on Excel workbook. I have one unpivoted data. I have to unpivot this data. So when I have given this file, if you don't have, you can mail me. I will be sending this file. So click on open. When you go, you will be able to have a lot of this unpivot data. So this is the data I'm going to be using. So all the data, it is going to be loading. Now, if you see product name, salesperson, dealer, region, then you see 2009 data, 2010 data, 2011 data, same. 2010 data, 2011 data, like that. It is unpivot, it is a pivoting data. This is a pivoted data, right? So like that, I have 9 sales, 10 sales, 11 sales. Then you should be able to have a 12, 13, 14. So 15, 16, lot of data you have. How many rows you have? You have 30 rows. Okay, how many columns you have? 12 columns. The columns are 12. 12 columns are there and 30 rows are there. So if I'm taking, this is actually pivot data. So if you take all the pivot data and try to load, let me load this data. What are the issues we're going to face? Let us see. All the data is going to load. It is actually pivot data. You have to convert into unpivot. Okay, it is a pivot data. I got it. Now all the data is here. Now see the columns. So dealer wise, product wise, region wise, salesperson wise, sales, year wise sales, right? I wanted to create beautiful visualizations. I wanted to take a card visualization. I wanted to drag and drop the sales of 2009. So I'm able to get only 1 month sales or 1 year sales, but I wanted to get all year sales. 2009 to 2016, what is the grand total sales? Can you get it? You cannot, because the data is separated. Okay, data is separated. You go, you will be able to get only 1 year data. The customer is asking, tell me all years data, all years grand total. You drag and drop this column, it will give you copy the border and paste the border. The 2010, it is 2 million sales. But what customer is asking? Customer is asking, don't show me like that. Show me all years grand total. You cannot get that. You go mad, because you have stored each year data separately. This is one year data. This is 1 year bike and sold by this person. Dealer is this guy. So you can get only the year wise sales, but I wanted to have a grand total. That you cannot get it. That is the big issue. How many columns you have? So it is first column, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns are there. So these 8 columns of data you have to, it is a pivoting data. So this is a pivoting data. This data you have to unpivot. Okay. So how many columns you need to unpivot? Not everything. So 1 to 8 columns, 2009 to these 8 columns. But how many rows you have? You have 30 rows. 30 rows, when you take 8 columns, you're going to be, pivoted to unpivot, means 30 into 8, you will be able to get 240 rows. If you get 240 rows, that means your unpivot operation is problem. Unpivot is having proper success, right? So pivot to unpivot is happening properly. When you get 240 rows, what is the meaning? Everything is success. So number of rows and how many columns you wanted to convert. I have these many columns: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns. So 30 rows you have into 8, 240 rows you will be able to get. If you don't convert, you will be able to get separate, grand total, 2009 sales, 10 sales. I don't need like that, right? So what is it I have to do? I have to, let me delete this. Okay, let me delete all of them. I wanted to go back. How to go back? Go to transform data. Now I have to perform these operations. What are the columns you wanted to modify? You wanted to unpivot. So starting from this, click on this column, use a shift button, choose this column, all the columns you choose. So select all the columns which you wanted to rotate. These are columns into rows. Unpivot operation I'm going to be doing. So 8 columns I have selected. Now where I have to go? I have to go to transform, where you will be able to find out there is a unpivot column. Have you seen this? So have you seen this unpivot column? So where? In the transform. Step number 2, this is what is called step number 3. So you need to click on like this. Everything will become unpivot. Okay. Now I have selected, gone here, click on the, so you can see unpivot columns, unpivot other columns, unpivot, and unpivot these columns. I have selected, click on that. So totally how many rows you got it? You can see earlier we had 30 rows. Now you can become, see, 30 to 40 rows. Now the data has become proper. So you have attribute, the year number, it is year number. So a value, it is what is called the sales amount. Clear? So you got 2 columns that you need to rename. One is called attribute and value that I got, it got modified, close and apply. So I am modifying, this data will get disappear. Now sales amount will come here, here will come here. Now I wanted to drag and drop like this, get the complete sales. So this is the 13 million sales you're able to get it. Now, if somebody asks you year-wise sales, okay, what do you have to do? So if you need year-wise sales, drag and drop a slicer. Now you can have, within the slicer, you can drag and drop the year number. Now you have the year number. So which year sales you need? 2009, 1 million, 2010. Like that, you can choose this. You will be able to get whatever you would like to get it. If you wanted to erase, you can erase. If you can also use multiple items means click on this, use a control button, you can get one more. Use a control button, you can get multi-selection. Multi-selection can be given, can be achieved with the help of a control and a click. If you wanted to delete everything, remove everything, grand total. This is 2016 sales. Like that, if you need a multi-selection, use a control and press this. So you can erase this. So whatever you wanted to have, you will be able to get. So this is what is called a data storing has to be done in the table format only. You have year, you have a sales, all the columns has become a year number, has become a row. Now this is how you have to do that. Otherwise, it will become it will give you a lot of complications. Now, if you see, there is a table, there is a matrix. Have you seen this? This is what is called a matrix. Power BI has. You can show the table data in the matrix. Now let me take the matrix now. So matrix means I told you what you have, rows and columns. So you have a rows, you have a columns, and you have values. Three pieces that I have to give. What is a row you wanted to have? Row I wanted to have as a product. Column I wanted to have in the year. Year will become a column. Then sales amount will become value. That's it. Whatever you are able to see, you are able to get. So it has become a column and it has become a row. It has become a product. So whatever you wanted to interchange, you can also interchange and remove. And here also I can have this and region I wanted to have it. So you can interchange region wise, year wise sales, or you can take this region and keep it up. And here you can have it. So whatever you wanted to have, you can show the data in the matrix format. Clear? So column, it is not actually a column. Year number as a row. So when you see the data, now year number is a row. When you go, it has become a column, right? So whatever, region name. What is the region I have? This is a row. If you wanted to convert into column, so you can simply take this. So anything you can convert as a column, anything you can convert as a row, you will be able to get beautiful matrix. But if you wanted to convert year, column, region as a table means like this. Table means you can take year, you can take a region, you can take a sales amount. So this is what is called a table. So table will not give you any rows and it will give you rows and columns, but looking wise it is not so good. So this is what is called a table. So table will not be very good. So I can take this and I can have the matrix. Clear? So matrix, I need year in the rows, I need a region in the column, or you can have dealer in the column, and you can also have the salesperson as a value. That is what you can have. So whatever you wanted to have, you should be able to get the data. Now the sales data will be there. Okay, first salesperson name. So I have to give the numerical number. So the numerical number, you can interchange or convert. If anything can become a row, anything can become a column. Remember this. Okay. Now, only in the report, you have to store the data in this format. Only in the report, you can have a matrix. Matrix is also called as a cross-tab report. Okay. Cross-tab report, or it is also called as a pivot report. Okay. Matrix report, cross-tab report, pivot report. So reporting wise, this is good, but data storing wise, always a table. Remember. So there are two things we are talking about: data storing, data visualizing. Data storing has to be done in the table format. data visualization has to be, report means visualization, report or visual, both of them are same, right? If you wanted to visualize the data, the better go in for which format, Nana? Matrix format or a cross tab. So don't do vice versa. So that is the reason RDBMS is going to be having a table. RDBMS will not have a matrix. Clear? But reporting have table and a matrix and lot of other visualizations. Clear? So RDBMS is a data storing technology. Right? Power BI is a data visualizing technology. Both of them are different. Clear? So F&B, there are two. If you go to hotel, there is a kitchen and there is a food and beverage services. So one guy is cooking the food, one guy is serving the food. Both of them are not equal. Both of them are going to deal with the food only. One is called F&B production. Production is in the kitchen. If you do the hotel management, they'll say F&B production, F&B service. F&B service means the service, waiters and stewards, all the people will be there. So that is a service department. F&B production means kitchen, where the chefs are going to be there. They're going to be making the food. Both of them are not same. Clear? So RDBMS is a data storing technology. You cannot go to RDBMS, hey, you show me the data in this visualization. RDBMS will laugh at you. Hey Bhaskar, what are you asking? I am SQL. I can store the data. I can show, give you the data, but not beautiful. I will show you back, but not as when you compare with the Power BI. Power BI is a reporting. Reporting means visualizing. So if you go to beauty parlor, you will come out very neatly, right? So reporting tools are beauty parlor services. Remember that. So makeup rooms. So data goes into the makeup room. Data comes out very, very neatly. So that is what is called reporting is makeup room. Visualizing means makeup. So data will go, everything will get neatly created. Then it is going to be showing very, very neatly. So Power BI or any reporting tool is nothing but a makeup room for the data. It is a beauty parlor service. That is what you need to understand. Clear? But RDBMS is a go down, data storing technology. Lot of items you can store. It is a go down service. Go down is different, beauty parlor is different. You cannot mix them, right? So beauty parlor can get the data, it can make up the data, show you the data neatly. That is what is called beauty parlor. Any reporting tool is called a makeup room, or it is a beauty parlor service or a salon, right? But what is RDBMS, which is a go down? You can store the data. You can think like that. It is a go down or a storeroom, or it is an inventory service where you can store large amount of data, where you can display large amount of data beautifully. Clear? That is what you need to understand. Chalo. Now, the next one I wanted to show you what is called, what is a pivot, what is an unpivot, you understood clearly. So pivot plus unpivot, I have to do it in one shot. That is what is called transpose. Rows to columns, columns to rows, I have to do it. Both of them, pivot plus unpivot, it's one shot is called as a transpose. So I have some data. Let me go to Power BI. I wanted to click on transform data. Now I have used, I'm going to be using Excel, same sheet. So in unpivot only, there is a transpose data also. This sheet I have already used. So when already used, you can go to recent sources. You can go to unpivot and transpose Excel. You can go here. So there is a sheet called transpose. You can take this sheet. Now you see some data. What is the data you have? You have region, year, year. So this is what is called, some data. All columns are years and the region is a row. Now what I should do, I have to convert these years into rows. Okay. These rows into, I have to interchange columns into rows and rows into columns in a single click. That is what is called transpose. Clear? Transpose means convert column into row, row into column at a time. That is what is called transpose. So how to do that? You have to go click on transform. There is a transpose. If you see, when you go to transform, there is a transpose somewhere here. Have you seen this? So transpose, you can do that. So everything you can do, column will become row, row will become column. Let me click on this. When you click on, now it has gone, but you lost something. What is that you lost? Region you lost. So this is not the way you have to do it. It is not a single step process. It is a 3-step process. Step number 1, you have to go, what you need to do, you have to get these are the column names. Column names, you need to bring it to the next row. That is step number 1. Okay. Step number 2, you apply transpose. Step number 3, whatever you brought it down, take it up. So that is what is called step number 3. Right. So I'm going to be performing all of them. You have to go to home and use first row as a header, or use header as a first row. So header will come down now. Header will come down. So header will come down. It will become a first row. This is step number 1. Step number 2, go to transform. Click on transpose. This is step number 2. Again, what you do, you go to home and again you need to use the first option. Use first row as header. So you got. Now, earlier you see it was the column. Now it was the row. Now it is east, west, north, south. It is become a column. Now all the columns will become rows. Now it is not a region. Double click on this. It is a year number. So like that, you should be able to go. So if you see the previous data, so this was the previous data. After applying all of them, when you click on this, you will be able to see the data. If you wanted to see the previous data, we were here in this step. So we can see the previous data like this. But when you see after everything, the data has become like that. Let me delete everything. Let me show you once again how to perform this operation. So this is how I got the data. Now, first, I have to bring the column names. Go to here, click, use header as a first. Transform, click on transpose. Now go to home. Now you do the first one. Use the first row as header. So that's it. Everything is got changed. Now you go give as a year number. That's it. It is performed well. Now this is what is called year number. East, west, north, south. Everything you can do it very, very neatly. This is a transpose. Converting everything into rows into columns and columns into rows. The next one, I wanted to work with, pivot, unpivot, transpose. The last one, replace and remove empty. I wanted to get some data. So when you go to recent sources, starting up the class, I got employee table. Let me again load the table. Employee table only enough. I'm going to be loading this table into Power Query. Now there is a what is called as null value. Salary or bonus, somewhere you have nulls. Null means not a zero, right? So I wanted to remove the null. How to remove the null? Click on here. You can just uncheck. If you uncheck, null data will get removed. That is one thing. You can filter the data. You can remove the null data. Or you can also go and you can say remove empty. This is what is called removing the null data. So that is also equivalent to this. It will get. Okay. Clear filter. That is one thing. Or you can also delete from here. So how to remove the null? How to remove the null? This is one way of removing the null. So the next way, you go click on remove empty. That is the second way of removing the null. You can filter, you can remove the filter, or simply you can go clear filter. That is also fine. Now, I wanted to replace null with 0. So you need to go to transform. Now there is a value called replace value. You can see this. So replace values under transform. Clear? Wherever there is a null, I have to replace with 0 because null is not a value. I wanted to click on replace button. So I have to find what? Find a null, replace 0. find a null, replace 0, all the things will become like that. Clear? So if you wanted to replace, you can replace, or if you don't want to do that, you can also do that. Now, without replacing, I wanted to perform salary plus bonus. How to perform salary plus bonus? You can create add column. You can go to custom column. You can say total salary. So how to do? You have to take the salary plus I wanted to have a bonus. I can create one M language expression I'm going to be getting. But if you see carefully what is happening, any value plus null equals to null. If there is a null value, you will be able to get any value. Salaries, you have salary, but null. Null is not a zero. Null is not a zero. Null is not a value. All the data you are able to, all the nulls, you are getting nulls. Customer will not be happy after seeing this data. What you need to do? You have to go replace nulls with 0. How to do? You have to go to transform, go to replace values. So you need to click on this first, go to transform, replace value. So in this column, wherever there is a null, you have to replace with 0. Now when you click on OK, now you have replaced 0, but still you are not able to get proper value. Why? Because you have done the totaling first, then later you are doing the replacing 0. You are not going to get the proper data. So what you need to do first, you have to convert this, change this, then do the total operation. So this one, I am just taking it up. When you take this up, now when you come down, it will become all of them perfectly fine. Clear? So which operation you should do first, which operation you should do later, that is also very, very important. You change the data first, then you will get this, you don't get nulls. But if you do the total first, then change, then at the end you will be able to see the nulls. Clear? You take this replace operation up, so that you will be able to see everything's properly fine. So like that, lot of things are important. Remove empty, replace values. Now these are called column transformation. You just practice them once and leave it. So don't go only practice this. These are very simple things. Okay. So practice only once and leave it. So the next one we are going to be row transformations. So what are the row transformations? Header rows, use first row as header. Just now we have used it. Use headers as first row, keep top rows, keep errors, keep, remove error rows, remove blank rows, remove empty rows, keep duplicates. All these are called row transformations. Remove alternative rows, remove duplicate data, remove blank data, remove error data, group the rows. All these things are called row transformations. What I'm trying to do, this is very basic, not very complicated one. I will give you one video today, previous video I'm going to be giving. That video you watch and you complete, because I don't want to waste time in the simple things, because we have very complicated things that I wanted to discuss live. So that in tomorrow we are going to be talking about one more class, and a row transformations video I'm going to be uploading. Just watch it and complete it by today or not by tomorrow. So you have to do this activity on your own. And tomorrow we're going to discuss about one more important thing. That is what is called combining. This is very, very, very important thing. So in the as part of home, you will be able to, as part of our query, combining, merging queries, appending queries, it is what is called combining. So this is the one. In SQL, this is what is called joins. Clear? So in Power BI, it is given different name, appending and merging. In SQL, it is called as a joins. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about merging queries. Sai is asking, when we operate remove null in column, any changes in the row? So row will be removed, right? So filtering means what? Filtering means removing the row, right? For example, if I am going to go if I say filtering Delhi, what is the meaning? Other data will be removed. So when you check, you're unchecking something. For example, you check everything. When you uncheck, what is the meaning? The data with the Bangalore, that row will be removed, right? You have 35 rows here. You see, it will become 30 rows. 5 rows are deleted. So when you do any kind of a filter, data will be deleted from where? In the this one. So like that, when you go and click on here, I wanted to remove. Earlier it was null. So when you say, so record with 0 will be removed. So 35 rows now it will become 28 rows. 7 rows are with zeros. That data will be filtered. Filtering means removing unwanted data. Clear? Hero, Sai. The data will be removed. So any other questions?